You know, there are some that are going to listen to me and say, you know what, he's got to be off his rocker. But you know what, I play with everything. Whatever you give me, I'll play with it. Like I took the name David, like King David. The reason the king is there, because of the K. The MK is the man king. MK. Don't forget God in all respect. Just write it down. It doesn't matter how we even take advantage of ourselves. We don't use the MK properly. The man and the king, the two connections for how we're here in the first place. I can show you again on paper. I'll show you the M for man. See that? I'm not going to hook them up yet, but you see they don't touch. That's, you see, it's K, K, M, okay? You see what it is? That's what they look like now. Now you got to figure out who's got more connections, us or him. What's going up, one goes down. The K must be the king. Thus, you see, we need two parts. One part hookup. You see? Okay. Okay, do you see this? The light's in the way. Hold on. Okay. Now, it's a little confusing, okay? Because sometimes 1 and 1 don't count for anything more than a 1 because it's in this sac, and I had to take it out. You see, because the angel of the M is one side, the esprit is the other side, but they're still the same angel from the same place. So you only count 1, 7. Then the center core is God. That's the point that brings the two together, down to the V, which is the 5 of man, because that's the middle of the 2 lives of the 9 tries he had at bat, because he batted in the baseball game in the 6th inning. 9 times 6 is 54 of the 9 lives of the cat. In order to finish the game, you should finish the whole story. Know the whole story, because you want to eat and be whole, because half you're not much. You're less than a quarter. So anyways, down on earth is the 7, so now you got the angel 7, God 7, and you 7. And that's 21, and it's starting to look like the wolf. So also with that, you see, you can have different plugins, as you see. So if the angel has plugins, you can have plugins too. So there are other letters we're going to put to this, and eventually we're going to build something that it's going to teach us how to bring our family with us back to our angel and show them the whole picture, and let us travel, time travel, okay, leave our angel because we are pure and go into the space and travel to another angel's home and let us in. Because if you have nowhere to go and no one's letting you in, wherever you go, everything is beautiful, but there's nothing to see. So whatever you're thinking, you're crazy. So you want to be let in everywhere because you want somewhere to go in the universe. So the more friends you have, the more places you go. But the more places you go as a free bird, because now you've got your wings. And a reason to have your wings is to go into the house of your father and his father. And that would be great, because my father never knew his father. It is the time, because I believe that in order for me to know this, I thought of this many years ago, and I was sad for my father. So I went out searching his father to see if he was sad. And I want to bring my father with my story, because his story, his father doesn't know. And it's not fair to him, but it's not fair to my father, and it's the fault of no one. Sometimes it's no fault insurance. You have to have the assurance. So the assurance is understanding my words, for I have spoken just about enough. Enough never is enough, because never is forever, so never stops sometimes, unless all man knows. Because when one man is up, the other man is sleeping. When one man is sleeping, the other man winks. The other man don't say a word. And it doesn't matter who winks, because he's still making the X, and who knows what the X is in the road. Because those are the X-Files. And then you got to go back to your angel and check them out to know the truth. That's how you check on man, just by the letters of his name and how they're used. Because by his letter, you know he's going to abuse them as well as he uses them. Because man abuses everything, even his own name. And that's why we have bankruptcy. Because when you have a rupture, you no longer see it. It goes to the bottom of the ocean and it drowns, it dies. Bankruptcy of something. The whole story dies. No one tells the truth. We get a judge, but no one knows the whole story. So we try to put something together. But the e-world is not like that. You just can't do that. It's got to be perfect like the other world. Just like all the letters in the alphabet. The A, B, C, Ds. The reason for the Greeks. Without the Greeks, we'd know nothing. I wouldn't know anything at all. Latin. 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 The beginning of everything, because la is the, and ta is time. The time. That's the Latins. Greek. Are you a geek? Agree. To agree. Okay. Back to the connection. Do you agree or not to agree to take this in your hand with the Lord? For this is the connection of the K of the Lord, where it can hook up to the M of man, giving the chance of the angel to take his spirit for the whole connection. Do you agree or disagree? That is to agree at all, and that is one of the reasons for the Greek, agree. But we are aggravated, so we don't look at the right way of it. So we are a eek. Eek! Like a mouse, and we all get scared of the little mouse. Eek! The other part of the Greek. You see, without the Greek, we wouldn't have the Latin. Oh, the 10. You see, without the 10, we wouldn't have this whole story. So now we have the Latin and the Greek, and they go together. And I know this because of the designs they draw, is what's in their mind of how they think about what they see. And the only thing you know are all the letters they're given to you, because the letters were built from God, given to your angel, delivered by himself, and you play with them as you want till you're ready. You give the story to the Spirit, and he takes the truth back up. And don't forget, if you lie all the time, there ain't no story. There ain't no truth to the matter. There is no matter. So you see what I mean? Sometimes there is a matter, and sometimes there's no matter. Sometimes it's a dark matter, sometimes it's a clear matter. Do you know the matter? You have to know the difference between the two. But sometimes we can't see the difference, because sometimes we can't judge, we can't see. Sometimes we can't smell, when there's so much smell, when it stinks. Sometimes we can't hear because it's too loud, or it's not loud enough. Sometimes we speak and nobody hears us. Even if the words are strong, nobody has the time. Nobody has the time for what's good, because what's good takes a long time. Because it took a long time to get it to be good. For it took a long time for you to be this crooked. Because in your first 4 years of your life, when the Spirit comes into you, the reason for the perfect man, because the first real question a child asks is at about 4 years old. Happy birthday to you. You now know the 4 directions. You can compare it to your name. We now have something to compare. So at our 4th birthday, because it is a direction, it is something like a rule. So she is 4 and the direction is 4. So now you have a direction. Thus you connect to your spirit. So now we know we connect at 4, but we need at least till 12, which is 8, which is eternity for women. But men is 13. The 13 and 4 is 9. 9 makes up what is best for perfect man on earth, because that's the best he can do. Otherwise he'd have 10 and he'd start over again. So 8 is eternity, 9 is the end of the game, and the 9 is the 9th inning. But we don't play that game. We play that in the game on earth. The 9 is the 9 tries at that plate of day 6 before man had a try at sleeping on day 7. Do you think someone wasn't going to come and tell you? Eventually somebody comes to tell everybody something, or at the end there's nothing to tell, because we're all dead, and there's no point, so there's no I God, so really there's no e-game, it's just our game. Our game and your game, it depends the way you decide, and this is my mouth, and my mouth has been changed over. Just call my mouth the YouTube, because I know me, but I don't know you, because you don't tell the truth. And even if you did, you haven't come to me and asked me or told me anything at all for me to judge, so that I can see that I will accept you even if I see the bad, because I do not know you. Well, enough. Leave well enough alone. And that's the way it is. And my mother sang me all these songs. Thank God she was Jewish, because those are the songs they sing. They were close to God. They remember those songs. After the Jewish, the songs were changed, because everything they did were changed. And the greatest thing in life, God always remembered, because everybody knows they want to wish. And they want to wish for I. And I wish upon a star. I wish upon a star. I. J-E for I in French. Jew. Part of the connection. The I again. is the I for God, or put it back together for the wish. The J is the Jack who is me. The E is the E-world we live in. The W is part of the connection, which can connect to either side of the road, because if you put it to one side of the road, at one point it might look like a W, at another point it might look like the M, but if you cut it off at the center, it looks like the K. So then it's MK, and then you got to be careful, because the MK is the strongest of all directions, so whatever you say and whatever you do, you'll always know the truth. So when you look in the mirror, you don't tell yourself the truth. The truth is known right away. Before you even say what you want to say or what you want to think, it's too late. It's always too late. If you lie, it's fine, but know that you lied. Know your lies. That'll be your truth, and that's your safety net. Anyways, I'm a little gone on this. I'm a little tired. Looks like to be the witching hour in 18 minutes. And the reason why they call the witching hour happens to be at 10 o'clock. And the reason for that, it's 2000 hours, and no matter which side you look at it, it's always zeros. So there's nothing going on. So when nothing's going on, we're always scared or we're always curious. So I'm trying to figure out, 8 o'clock in the morning is the same thing. We all get up, we're high spirited because there's a lot going on. Because 8 is eternity. Okay? 8 goes around and around and around. We always get up at 8. Don't get up late, get up at 8. I haven't figured out the rooster yet. My grandfather was a chicken farmer. I don't know why. My father had pigs. We know all men are pigs. I fed the pigs. Now I'm still feeding the pigs. Except I'm not in the truck anymore and I don't have to drive anywhere because I have the MK. The MK is my connection to my angel. It gives me all the information to teach everybody else. So if you're going out to buy a pickle or a bread and you see the MK on it, you know it's good. What do you want me to do? Take out a marker and show you how it works? If you're going to buy that, MK, buy anything that's good, right? Eat everything on earth, you know? We all want to eat. Hey, man, let's eat the best stuff. You know, we don't know where the Garden of Eden is. You know where the Garden of Eden? Hey? I want to show you. Look. Wait, don't go away. Watch. And you know what's funny about my story? Because those are the two connections. Put them together, it's the exact connection for... You want to know the funny thing? They're in blue. I did about 70, 80 of these shows already. I don't pick in my pens. My papers are all over the place. And I'm a little blue too. I'm a blue tooth. And my teeth, they're rotting. Why am I blue? Because it's cold all alone. I have the connection, and no one is joining me. So I'm alone with my MK. I'm alone with God. It's okay because I'm 4, which is 11, and if I take the other end of the stick, I got 10, is 21, so I'm blackjack again. I can always be pure, so I can go home alone. But you know what? I fed all the pigs, and I was always upset when I saw one pig that didn't eat, or he couldn't do things, or he was running at me, but I didn't care. Teach yourself. When you teach yourself to learn who you are and the truth, look at it. Take it for what it is. You see? What do you see? You don't have to see any more black and white. Take both ends. Be honest with yourself. That's what brings the story, brings man together, and then you'll see the light. The light will be so bright you won't be able to see anymore. So if man gets my message by 1300 hours tomorrow, I'm hoping this is true, because all I speak is ridiculous. I sound like a nut. Thank God it's on YouTube. Everybody can shut it off. No one has to listen to me. I mean, look at all those ramps in the backgrounds. That's where the tails travel. I got ramps in my house for my cats, and cages where they can go and they can't go. Because you always got to watch the tail in the house. Even though it's your house, if you tell a tale to the wrong person, you can get in trouble. So be careful what you do. And that's why I got all these cats. And the rooster, roof over your house, stir, mister, because you are the mister of the house. My grandfather was a chicken farmer. The roost of you is the roosting on the house. A cock will do a do, but not any cock will do, because it's your house and it's your cock, and you got to keep it and do what you want until the cover comes over you, which is the condominium, or the condom of the man, to protect himself from the truth, which is the tunnel, which they call the vaginal tunnel, the tunnel of love. That's the whole thing. You must speak the truth. You get a virus. You can't repeat life. You got to know the whole truth. It's your house.